Welcome to English with Teacher Dixon, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. I want to continue from where we stopped previously on the English consonant letters. So I'd like you to pay attention to this because indeed it is necessary to study sounds alongside letters of the alphabet. So here we have the other letters of the alphabet we didn't discuss previously, ranging from number 11 to number 21. We have 21 consonant letters in English language, even though we have 24 consonant sounds. So these are 11 of those consonant letters. So let's begin with the consonant N. We have letter N, which represents sound. That is the alveolar nasal sound, as in net, dinner, run, name. So we can have the sound at the beginning of word, that's word's initial, word medial position, and word final position. And then they are always represented, notwithstanding the position represented by the letter N. However, we can realize the letter N in words as mostly when it comes before letter G or K that make the velar sounds G and K. So this is a velar sound as well, velar nasal sound, whereas the sounds represented by these two are plosive sounds. Okay, so note that we have two phonemes that can be represented by the grapheme N, as letter N. Also, we have letter P. Letter P can represent the P sound as a bilabial, the voiceless bilabial plosive sound, as in pain, happy, reap, at initial, word initial position, medial position, final position. Then in some words, we can have the silent P, as in psychology, receipt. It's not receipt. There's no P sound in receipt, though we have the letter. Moreover, we have letter Q. Letter Q can be realized as Q, as this consonant cluster, K and W. Mostly we have this word before letter U. So when we have that combination, QU, we are going to have the Q sound, as in queen, quick, queen, quick. So here in place of QU, we have the Q sound. So that is the sound represented by letter Q. Moreover, we have letter R, which represents the voiced liquid roll. So the liquid roll sound can be represented by letter R, as in red, viral, real. So here we have it at word initial. Here we have it at word medial position. And here we have it at word initial. Then note that the R, letter R, is always silent at word final position. At final positions of word, you're likely to have silent letter R. That's why in car, we have R and not with the sound of M. Then we have other words like that, even in words like mortar, a R at the end. You are not going to realize that a R. Instead, you have the R sound, and that R will not be heard. Okay, so we have also letter S. Letter S can be realized in three ways. You can have it as the sound, that's the voiceless alveolar fricative. You can have it as Z, that is the voiced fricative sound, as voiced alveolar fricative, the voice form of this one. Then we can also have it as sh in different words. So we can realize letter A's as in words like sun, class, ask. Then we can realize it as z in words like rose, those, rise. We can also realize it as sh in words like sure, sugar. Let's also look at letter T. Letter T can be realized as t and can also be realized as ch, as in it's realized as t. That is the voiceless alveolar plosive sound, as in top, water, sweet, top at initial position, water at medial position, and sweet at final position. Moreover, we can realize it as ch when we have it before you, as in nature, nature. So in place of T, we have ch sound, future. So note this combination, TU, mature. We have other words like that. So we have the ch sound in place of letter T in words like this. Also have letter V representing the voiced labiodental fricative sound, as in van, river, love. So these at initial position, these at medial position, and these at final position. Also, we have letter W. Letter W can be realized as w, as in win, away, wine, week. Also, I'd like you to note that W can be silent in some words, like wrong, right. Here, the sound dominates, the liquid sound dominates. The combination of WR, we are going to hear the R sound instead of W sound. So here we have wrong, right. We have other words in this manner, written, and so on. So, take note of this kind of combination. We have also letter X. Letter X is somewhat complicated. We don't have any sound that looks like X. Let me put it this way. We don't have any symbol that looks like X in terms of phonetic symbols. However, we have different combinations of the phonetic symbols to underlie this particular letter. The first one is K and S. Ks. Realize X as Ks, mostly at medial position or final position of words. For instance, we have here extra, extra, extra. We have here box. In place of X in these words, we have Ks. We can also realize it at syllabic junctions as gs, gs. That's g sound and z sound. These two voice sounds can be, this one will be on the first syllable, you end the first syllable, and this one will begin the second syllable. As in words like example, example, in place of this X, we have both ik, we have both g and z. We have example, we have here exist, and many other words in this manner. And it is a syllabic junction. What I mean by syllabic junction is the point that connects two syllables. Like this word is made of three syllables. Example. However, we can realize the letter X as Z at initial position, that is at the beginning of a word. For example, xylophone, xylophone. Let's look also at letter Y. Letter Y, remember when I was talking about letter J, I made reference to a sound that normally looks like letter J. And I also stated that particular letter is not the one that represents this sound. This sound is always represented by letter Y. So that's why we have Y here as the grapheme for the Y sound. In words like yes, yellow, yam. Then we can also realize letter Y as a vowel sound in some words, mostly at the medial position or final positions of words. Example is given here like Jim dying. We have here as the E sound and here as the I sound. So Y is not only a consonant letter, it can also be a vowel letter depending on its position. But most times, mostly when you have letter Y at the initial position of word, it must function as a consonant letter. But sometimes when you have it at the medial or final position, it turns to a vowel later. So note that, and also note that we have letter Z. Letter Z can be realized as the voiced alveolar fricative sound, Z, as in zebra. We have lazy. You can also realize it in these two words. These are often mispronounced words. And look at the sounds we have in place of letter Z. Here we have ts, t, and s combined. And here we have z, z sound in place of letter Z. As in words like pizza, most people call this pizza. It is not pizza, but pizza, pizza. Take note. And then we have this word, which is azure, azure, azure. So in place of Z, we have the Z sound, azure. Right. So please do well to study these consonant letters of English language critically from the first one to the 21st one. And you do well to learn a whole lot. You are going to learn a whole lot concerning sounds and the letters of the alphabet that can represent them. I'd like you to please, at this juncture, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on it, and also share to reach a wider audience. We'll continue talking about sounds, but bye for now. Many thanks. I remain your very own teacher, Dixon.